Weekend's over and it's Monday night and we're back with the Money9's Daily Market Dose Corporate Central to give you the everyday pulse of the corporate world. And from all the big headlines to tracking all the fluctuations of the market, we get you all of these highlights on this show. Let's find out what took place in the corporate world today first. The National Company Law Appellate Tribunal on Monday upheld an NCLT order allowing crisis-hit Go First's voluntary insolvency resolution proceedings. A two-member NCLAT bench asked several aircraft lessors of Go First opposing insolvency to approach NCLT for any remedy. The direction came on a batch of 4 petitions filed by aircraft lessor opposing Go First's insolvency proceedings. The lessors are SMBC Aviation Capital, GY Aviation, SFV Aircraft Holdings and Engine Leasing Finance. And these 4 lessors own around 22 aircraft operated by the Wadia Group firm, which is presently going through corporate insolvency resolution process. The lessors had opposed the decision of Delhi-based principal bench of NCLT, which had earlier this month allowed a voluntary insolvency plea by Go First. Private equity firm Blackstone has acquired International Gemological Institute from China-based investment firm Fosun and Roland Lowry. While Fosun held 80% of the stake, 20% was held by Roland Lowry. Blackstone acquired an 80% stake from Fosun and the remaining stake from the founding family. The deal values IGI at an enterprise value of $535 million with zero debt and net cash of $35 million. The transaction values the company at $570 million. With IGI's extensive network of gemology labs, strong presence in India and expertise in certifying diamonds, Blackstone intends to leverage its operational capabilities and global reputation to help IGI expand its global footprint and enhance its market position. JSW Group has joined the race to acquire 2 coking coal mines from Australia's BHP Group in a potential $1.5 to $2 billion deal as the Indian steelmaker looks for resources to fire its blast furnaces. The Daunia and Furnace mines with 20 million tonnes per annum capacity in Queensland are being sold by BHP following a 32% drop in half-year profit, dissatisfaction with the state's coal royalty hike, along with ESG, which is environmental, social and governance concerns. JSW at its current capacity needs 18 million tonne of coking coal per annum. To achieve 25% of integration, the company requires about 4.5 million tonne of captive coking coal, but that kind of supply is not available in India. Hence the hunt for global assets. Further, JSW Steel, which recently announced a fresh plan for raising 18,000 crore rupees, will use the entire proceeds to refinance its upcoming debt maturities of around 14,000 crore rupees in FY24. Embassy Property Development, a leading real estate firm, intends to slash its debt of 8,800 crore rupees by more than a third in the upcoming 2 quarters by divesting specific assets, including its office park in Chennai spanning 5 million square feet, a development known as N2 within Embassy Manyata Business Park covering 1.6 million square feet and an additional 1 million square feet of office property. Further, the company plans to reduce debt by selling completed inventory backed by necessary occupancy certificate from its residential projects. And more than 400 senior production staff of Wistron's iPhone assembly unit in Kolar, who had been holding protests since Monday demanding wage parity with junior contractual workers, called off their action on Friday. The protesting employees on the direct payroll of the Taiwanese firm resumed work after the management agreed to consider their demands in the presence of the Labour Department officials. And as Tesla explores setting up a manufacturing plant in India, Reliance Jio is in talks with the Elon Musk-led company with an offer to build a captive private network for its factory. The network would manage all the critical operations at faster speeds and also look at connected car solutions, automation of production processes, among others, as per industry sources and reports. Talks between Jio and Tesla are at preliminary stage and any further developments are expected only when Tesla firms up its plans for setting up a manufacturing unit in India. The Adani Group is exploring the possibility of monetizing parts of its real estate holdings that have been internally flagged as non-core to its operations as per reports. The group has already identified some of the assets and is in the process of adding more to the list. These will be sold based on the need for funds to invest in the new real estate projects that it is taking up. In more news, the Registrar of Companies, Gujarat, in a ruling earlier this month has held that Adani Power and its officials had violated provisions of the Companies Act 2013 by not reporting related party contracts and transactions in the Register of Contract. The adjudicating officer imposing a penalty of 75,000 each on Gautam Adani, Chairman and Director Adani Power, Rajesh Shantilal Adani, Managing Director, and Vineet S. Jain, who is the whole-time Director. Well, that was all about corporates. Now let's take a look at those market stocks that were in action today and also analyze the reason behind it. First up, Jefferies has given buy ratings on two Adani Group stocks, that is Adani Transmission and Adani Ports and SEZ. Adani Ports is continuing to move from strength to strength, with market share moving up to 22% from 14% in FY15 and expected to be 31% by FY25. As core port EBITDA growth remains upward of double digits backed by volumes, brokers remain positive on the stock. 800 rupees price target is based on 13 times September 24 EV EBITDA. In the case of Adani Ports, Jefferies has said that the company is India's largest port operator by volume with a dominant 22% market share. It noted that the management is looking to leverage its strong balance sheet to benefit from gradual volume recovery as global container rates ease. It is also looking to grow in logistics and warehousing to offer customers end-to-end solutions, Jefferies has said. And in the case of Adani Transmission, Jefferies said that with a target of 3,275 rupees on the stock, its price target for Adani Transmission factors cost of equity of 12%, long-term debt rate at 8.5% with a terminal growth of 6%. Shares of Muthoot Finance rallied on Monday on the back of solid Q4 numbers. The stock was trading 7.94% higher at 1,117 rupees on the NSE during intraday trading. The non-bank gold loan provider registered a net profit of 3,474 crore rupees in FY23 as against 3,954 crore rupees in FY22. Its net profit in Q4 stood at 903 crore rupees as against 960 crore rupees in Q4 of FY22. During the quarter, consolidated loan assets under management increased by 10%. Consolidated profit after tax increased 8% to 1,009 crore rupees as against 934 crore rupees last quarter. Its gold loan asset growth during Q4 FY23 of 5,479 crore rupees was the highest ever in any of the fourth quarters. Prabhudas Leeladhar maintains buy rating and target price at 1,315 rupees. And that's all tonight on Corporate Central. But before we go, leaving you with some important corporate events and updates and triggers which will have the potential to make big market impacts. First up, on May 22nd, results of BPCL, India Bulls Housing Finance, results were released, and also AB Fashion, Shree Cement's results were also released, which will have the impact on the market. And globally on May 22nd, Europe's May consumer confidence figures were released. Moving on to May 23rd, results of Ashok Leyland, Biocon, Dixon Technologies, JSW Energy will be released, which will again make sure you have a look out in them because they will have a good market impacts. That's a wrap on today's Corporate Central episode. See you again tomorrow with more from the corporate world. Until then, stay tuned to Money9.